Scott will have the call Thursday night as I've got a previous engagement I have to attend to. Payoff pitch from Meade. Swing and a miss for out number 1.
Whoa.
And they ruled that he fouled it. Well,
now, that's interesting.
Was it a one-hopper?
Must have been.
He must have got a piece of it. Watson fielded it clean on the one hop and started throwing it around. Payoff pitch once again. Ground ball to short. Roberts over to put the glove on it. Strong throw to Sturgill for out number 1. Score it 6-3 on the putout. And with one out, the pitcher, Jake White, will stand in from the right side. On deck will be Cole Green. He'll start at shortstop in this second game. He went on the mound for 4 1/3 in the first game. That one's off the plate. Ball 1 to Jake White from Jacob Meade. That one's inside, and it's 2-0. Walker playing one step off the grass at third, everyone else at normal depth. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, ground ball to third. Walker with the high hop, makes a strong throw to Sturgill.
Wow.
Score that one 5-3, and we got 2 outs here in the first. And with 2 outs, the hitter will be Cole Green, the shortstop.
That was a gun.
Straight over the top as he pitches somewhat. Got the nice easy hop. Jacob Meade rocking and rolling. Little popper down in front of the dugout. Giving chase is Sturgill. Can't come up with it as it gets into the dugout. And it'll be 0-1 to Cole Green. Will Hicks on deck if Green can keep the inning alive here with 2 outs. The 0-1 coming. Ripped right at Walker at third for out number 3 as he was in the right position. So the Wildcats go 1-2-3 in the top of the first after 1/2 inning. Polk County 0, Redskins looking for a bat.
Loudon City Councilman Johnny James is proud to support the Loudon Redskins in the classroom or on the football field. Go Redskins from Loudon City Councilman Johnny James.
This portion of programming is made possible by Loudon Church of Christ. The entire congregation of Loudon Church of Christ invites you to join them for Sunday school with classes for all ages, Sunday morning at 10 a.m., Sunday morning worship at 11 a.m., Sunday evening worship at 6 p.m., and Wednesday evening Bible study with classes for all ages at 7 p.m. Loudon Church of Christ, 706 Ward Avenue in Loudon. Phone 458-5043.
Loudon Funeral Home and Cremations is proud to be veteran and family owned and operated. Founded in 1983, they're proud to continue the commitment of being large enough to serve, yet small enough to care. Their funeral home offers 2 spacious, comfortable chapels. Their dedicated staff will be with your family from the very beginning, offering guidance and loving support during a very difficult time. Loudon Funeral Home and Cremations, 2048 Mulberry Street in Loudon. Phone 458-6441.
First 3 Redskins here in the bottom of the first. Caden Dawkins, Jackson Walker, and Mackenzie Lunsford as they face right-hander Jake White on the mound for the Wildcats. Redskins trying to move to 4-0 in district play. Overall record at 7-1 after the victory in the first game of the doubleheader. They'll be back here Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as they play Greenback, Alcoa, and Fulton over the weekend. So you'll want to tune in. Not sure which of those will broadcast after Thursday night. Not sure the time frames for those different games. School's out Friday, so I'm sure there'll be some baseball at all different times Friday. Let me go ahead and wish everyone a happy Easter early. So Jake White has his warm-up tosses, and he'll face Dawkins, Walker, and Lunsford here in the bottom of the first. Good crowd out. Almost like springtime. Smell of freshly mowed grass. I see Ronnie Jenkins out in right center field. If you're listening, Ronnie, give me the sign. I'm used to seeing him on the end of the chains at a football game. Others, I'm sure, out and about. First pitch from White to Dawkins inside, ball one. Game 2 of the doubleheader in District 3 action between the Polk County Wildcats and our Loudon Redskins from Bill Thompson Field. Fresh coat of paint on the press box. Looking good around here. New pad behind the plate. Time called at the plate. If you hadn't noticed, Coach Lambert and the staff here at Loudon High School and everyone chipping in to help things. They picked up a tarp to start covering the infield for this weather. Little looper in the short right or left field, and shortstop Green will get back and get it. That'll be out number one.
Now batting for the Redskins.
So with one out, the hitter will be Jackson Walker, the left fielder. Dawkins didn't get the cut that he wanted to get. On deck will be Mackenzie Lunsford to follow Walker here from the left side.
That kind of jammed him up a little bit.
Winding the toss from White. That one's popped up by Walker. Second baseman will make the call and make the catch for out number 2.
Now batting for the Redskins, number 10.
And so with 2 outs, the center fielder Mackenzie Lunsford will stand in. Lunsford from the right side facing the right-handed throwing Jake White. Bottom of the first, no score. That one's swinging a miss. And it's 0-1 to Mackenzie Lunsford. Braxton Roberts on deck if Lunsford can extend the inning here. The 0-1 tried to get it down a bunt for a hit. Fouled it away, and it's 0-2. I believe he's going to try to push that one down the first baseline and just outrun it. Oh, 0-2 the count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. No score. Breaking ball just got a piece of it to stay alive. Count remains.
Quite a fight.
Lunsford digging in. Here comes the 0-2 once again. That one's straight, and it stays up, and it's 1-2 to Lunsford. Braxton Roberts waiting to see if he's going to get an opportunity this inning. From the wind, that one fouled right back over my head, and it'll remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got under that one, fouled it straight back. That one missed outside, and it'll go 1-2-2. That breaking ball started down the middle and kept breaking over towards the first base dugout and kept going.
Yeah.
Before it ever got to the dish. That's one you got to throw at the front shoulder to get it to the plate. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and foul tip. Stayed alive on the high fastball. Didn't get much of that one to stay alive. Two with 2 outs, bottom of the first. Lunsford facing Jake White. Pitch on the way.
There you go.
There's a line shot in the
Oh, good catch.
left center field, and shortstop Green. He's not only a good pitcher, he's a good defender, and he runs that one down for out number 3. Redskins go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom after one full, no score.
You can watch live coverage of Loudon Redskin soccer with Marvin Fiesel. Find it at RedskinRadio.com. Just scroll down the page and look for the player box. Live coverage is made possible by Barnard Construction and insurance agent Nick Jones. Follow Loudon Redskin soccer throughout the season on RedskinRadio.com, a free service of 96.1 WLNT. This broadcast is made possible by Loudon County School Board member Scott Newman. Go Redskins! This message from Scott Newman, a proud Redskin supporter.
Loudon Utilities supports Loudon High School and since 1939 has been servicing the Loudon area with electricity, natural gas, water, and sewer services. Loudon Utilities also offers an equal payment plan and has several options available for TVA heat pump loans. Loudon Utilities, 458-2091. Proud of our past services and striving to improve future services.
Loudon United Methodist Church is proud to support Redskin athletics and academics. You're invited to the early Sunday service at 8:45, Sunday school at 10 a.m., or morning worship at 11 a.m. Loudon United Methodist Church is located at 509 Mulberry Street, phone 458-3164, or online at loudonumc.org.
So the Amazon Echo or Alexa can do some pretty cool stuff, but what if you want to listen to your favorite radio station? Just use the real call letters like this. Alexa, on TuneIn, play WLNT.
Redskin Baseball continues on 96.1 WLNT and RedskinRadio.com. Once again, here's Mike Thompson and Scott Hope.
Jacob Meade with his second inning of work on the mound for the Redskins. He'll face Will Hicks, Chase Bishop, and Landon Reese. First pitch to Hicks, inside, ball 1. Rylan Watson behind the dish for the Redskins. Left to right on the infield. After this pitch, 1-0 becomes 2-0 as he messed up. Dawson Walker at third, Braxton Roberts at short, Braden Frey at second. And Gabe Sturgill, your first baseman. That one's grounded into left field for the single, and that'll start the second inning off with a leadoff hit. And that'll bring Chase Bishop, the right fielder, in.
Now batting right fielder.
Your outfield left to right defensively is Jackson Walker, Mackenzie Lunsford, and Caden Dawkins. And Chase Bishop, the right fielder, will stand in with Hicks, the runner, down at first. Top of the second. No score. Time called by Bishop. Landon Reese, the catcher, on deck for the Wildcats. Almost done it. From the stretch. That one's outside. Ball 1. To Chase Bishop.
Need to work it back in.
To the stretch. That one's off the plate. Ball 2. Going to need about 3 or 4 inches to find that edge. The 2-0, that finds it for called strike 1. Two-1 the count, runner at first. Nobody out here in the top of the second. Redskins and Wildcats of Polk County. Redskins won the first of the doubleheaders, 10-4 throw over, not in time. Gabe Sturgill, the first baseman. He's a good target, good-sized target over there, Scott. As Jacob on the mound's the normal first baseman. There's a fly ball straight away center field. Lunsford will drift in under it and make the catch easily for out number 1. And with 1 out, the hitter will be Landon Reese, the catcher. Reese will stand in from the left side. Hicks remains the runner down at first. Now with 1 out. Meade to the stretch. Over the top, it stays up. It's 1-0. Michael Ray, the first baseman, on deck for Polk County.
Work it down, work it down.
I miss our trip down to Polk County. Beautiful scenery down there from the field where they play. Here comes the 1-0. Fly ball to right field deep. Going back is Dawkins. He'll give chase. It'll be foul as he can't get to it. It's about 5 foot outside the foul pole line and deep. And it'll just be a long strike one to Landon Reese.
He gave it a ride.
Thought it might hang up long enough for Dawkins to get to it. So he'll adjust a couple of steps to see if that might happen again. Pitch on the way, missed outside. It's 2-1 to Landon Reese.
Sun's moving around now.
Sun's in the eyes of watching, trying to get the calls from the dugout. It's in a bad spot right now. Pitch on the way. Missed inside and low, and it's 3-1 to Landon Reese. Hicks with the lead down at first and 1 out. 3-1 pitch coming now. They'll go to first before they come to the plate. Pitch on the way. Clipped him, and so the Wildcats will have runners at first and second and 1 out.
Now batting first baseman Michael Ray.
And that'll bring the first baseman, Michael Ray. He'll stand in from the right side. So Hicks, your runner at second. Reese down at first. Ray, your hitter. One out in the inning. Blake Stone on deck for Polk. That one stayed up. It's 1-0. Short lead by the base runners. Meade to the stretch. Pitch on the way. Ground ball pulled foul. No attempt by the third base coach once again, and I don't blame him. That one had a little juice on it. 1-1 to Michael Ray, the first baseman. Stone on deck for the Wildcats. Hicks and Reese, your runners at second and first, respectively. That one stayed up, and it's 2-1. He flinched, thought about taking a cut at it, held up and got the call. It's 2-1. Jacob thought he might induce him into taking a hack. 2-1 coming. That one's swinging a miss, and that'll even at 2-2.
Let's get him right here.
2-2 with 1 out and 2 on. That one's ripped foul and out of play, and we'll do it again. To the stretch. 2-2 coming. Miss low. It'll go full. Good stop by Watson to keep it in front so the runners could not advance. Hicks, your runner at second. Reese, your runner down at first. Michael Ray, the hitter. Full count, 1 out. Jacob Mead with the pitch.
Oh!
And that one, I don't know where it missed. So the bases are loaded.
Now batting second.
Hicks will move to third, Reese down to second. Ray will occupy first, and the hitter will be Blake Stone, the second baseman. Coach Tucker will meet him halfway up the line. He's going to report is he going to get a courtesy runner for his catcher down at second? Maybe. Not sure what he's going to do.
No, there's nobody moving. There we go.
19. Is that 19 or 15? 19. I don't have a. Yeah, Cody Rutherford. He'll run down at first for Michael Ray, so he'll be a pinch runner.
Pinch running, Cody Rutherford.
He'll be at first. Reese at second, and Bishop check that Hicks down at third. Blake Stone is at the dish with one out and the bases loaded. And we've seen this situation in this first game on a number of occasions. From the full line comes Mead's throw. That one's upstairs, ball one to Blake Stone. Dakota Burns on deck. Redskins will play in on the corners, middle play depth on the middle two infielders. Show and bunt, everybody in motion, and he'll foul that one off after he pulled it back and took a rip. And it's 1-1 to Blake Stone. He's showing bunt early and then hacking away after everybody comes charging in.
We got a break on that one, but our guys weren't moving to cover the bags.
Roberts is headed towards third, but he's got a long ways to go. That one's on the outside corner, called strike two. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Blake Stone. 1 out, bases loaded. Top of the second. Polk County Wildcats and our Loudon Redskins, second game of a doubleheader. Here comes the 1-2. That one missed, throw down to third. Not in time. And it'll go 2-2 the count. Walker able to knock the throw down where it don't get into left field. 2-2 the count, 1 out, bases loaded. Jacob Mead working from the full wind. 2-2 on the way. That one's pulled foul and out of play. And we'll do it again. Dakota Burns on deck for the Wildcats. Two-two pitch. Upstairs, we'll go full. Got to make it interesting here, Scott.
Yeah, they're making it too interesting.
With only 1 out, the runners will have to check up. They can't get the running lead here on this pitch. Hicks, Reese, and Ray. There's a ground ball into left field. 1 run will score. Here comes the second runner. Gonna let the throw go to Watson, and he's got him out at the plate for out number 2. And the runner from first will get over third. So the RBI single by Stone gets in 1 run. And Walker throws out the second runner from trying to score at the plate.
Now batting left fielder, Dakota Burns.
Good throw.
So score that one 7-2 for out number 2. And that'll bring to the dish Dakota Burns, the left fielder. Ray will be at third. Or the pinch runner, Cody Rutherford, will be at third. And Stone down at first after the RBI single. First pitch to Burns, called strike 1. Excellent throw by Walker. As Watson, all he had to do was apply the tag, as he had plenty of time to do just that. Swing and a miss. Quickly he's ahead of Burns, 0-2. Trying to minimize the damage here as the Wildcats have taken the lead 1-0 here in the top of the second. Mead's 0-2 pitch. That one misses. Watson keeps it in front. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rutherford the runner at third. Stone the runner at first. 2 outs. 1-2 the count to Dakota Burns. Runner on the move from first. He'll get down uncontested. And it'll be 2-2 to Dakota Burns. Watson couldn't find the handle. Not sure if he was going to throw down or not. 2-2 coming. That one's fisted into the net and will remain at 2-2 with 2 on and 2 out in the top of the second. We got 2s everywhere. The wind and the toss. That one's up and in. We'll go full. Payoff pitch coming from Jacob Mead to Dakota Burns. Pitch on the way. Got a piece of that one to stay alive. Went in under the hands. Got just a piece of it.
Come on, get him right here.
3-2, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. The pitch on the way. And that's inside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded once again. And that gets the Wildcats to the top of the order, and Colton Kaysen. He grounded to short to start the game off an inning ago. So you've got Rutherford at third, Stone down at second, Burns your runner at first, and Kaysen at the dish. That one's low, ball 1. And the struggles continue for this Redskin pitching staff to throw strikes. The 1-0 coming. That was in there to even the count 1-1. 5 men out somewhere, guys. The wind and the toss. Ground ball into left field. 1 run will score. They'll hold the second runner up this time. It'll be cut by Walker. So the Wildcats go out on top 2-0 here in the top of the second. Another RBI single by Kaysen. And that'll bring Jake White. Stone the runner at third. Burns your runner at second. Jake White grounded to third back in the first inning. Kaysen your runner at first after the RBI single. That one's in there for called strike 1. 8th hitter of the inning here in the top of the second. The 0-1 coming. There's a ground ball to third. One hopper can't come up with it. Run number 3 will score. Here comes run number 4. And the Wildcats continue the inning.
Now batting shortstop.
We got to figure out some way to stop the bleeding on this.
Might have had a shot at just turning around and stepping on the bag.
Yeah.
For the force out. Wildcats lead 4-0. And the hitter will be Cole Green, the number 3 hitter in the Polk County lineup with runners at second and third and 2 outs. That one's upstairs, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That one's fouled down the right field line and out of play, and we're even at 1-1 to Cole Green. Will Hicks on deck. He started the inning with a single and scored the first run. Ground ball. Roberts can't come up with it. 2 more runs will score. No, Watson didn't hang on. He had a play at the plate. We tried to slap tag, and so Green gets the 2 RBIs as he moves to second on the throw. And it's now 6-0 here in the top of the second.
Now batting third baseman Will Hicks.
So the error comes back to haunt the Redskins on that one. Will Hicks, who started the inning with a single, will bat for the second time. That one's called strike 1. Oh, 1 to count. 2 outs, runner at second in Cole Green. Will Hicks the batter. He'll run Green back to second, trying to keep him close. The 0-1 pitch. Popped up to the right side. Watson will give chase to the screen, and he'll run out of room, and it'll be 0-2 to Will Hicks. Runner on the move to third. He's safe as he slid to the outside of the bag and beat the throw. So Green steals the bag and gets 90 feet closer. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Will Hicks. The 1-2 pitch. Fly ball to right field. Dawkins right in his own tracks, but not before the damage is done. After 1.5, Polk County 6, Redskins 0.
When bad weather hits the area, I know where to turn my radio. 96.1 WLNT.
This is Jeff Trout from Loudon West End Florist and Gifts. Whatever your floral needs, our dedicated staff is here to help. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. till 5 p.m. Saturday from 8:30 to 1, and anytime by appointment.
Loudon West End Florist and Gifts, located next to Loudon Funeral Home. Phone 458-4616 or online at loudonwestendflorist.com.
This broadcast is made possible by Loudon City Council member Tim Dixon. Go Redskins! This message from Tim Dixon, a proud Redskin supporter.
This broadcast is made possible by Brennan Properties, proud to provide quality housing right here in Loudon. Brennan Properties supports Loudon Redskin athletics and academics.
96.1 WLNT and RedskinRadio.com.
Polk County puts up a 6 spot as we move to the bottom of the second. First 3 Redskins, Braxton Roberts, Braden Frey, and Jacob Mead, as they face Jake White on the mound for Polk County. Polk County put together 4 hits. Throw in an error, a couple of walks, and it generates 6 runs. So the Redskins with work to do here, trailing 6-0 in the second game of this doubleheader in district play. So Roberts, Frey, and Mead will get their first look at Jake White, right-hander on the mound for Polk County. He's got to put together some base hits and get some base runners going. Can't win it with 1 or 2 swings. Take some work. Just got to go to work here in the second inning. 5-inning game, so that brings forth a bit of urgency. So Roberts standing in from the right side, facing Jake White. Hicks will play in on the grass down at third. Time called by Roberts. Braden Frey on deck. First pitch. It's down low, ball 1 to Braxton Roberts. Roberts, Frey, and Meade. Winding the throw. That one missed low, and it's 2-0 to Braxton Roberts, junior shortstop. That one misses as well, and it's 3-0. Coming. That's wide of the mark. So Roberts on the base path to start this second inning. That'll bring Braden Frey, the second baseman, his first look at Jake White. On deck will be Jacob Meade. Frey from the right side facing the right-handed throwing White. Roberts with the lead down at first. Hicks remains in on the grass at third for the Polk County defense. Fine one, Braden. Pitch on the way. It's outside. 5 straight balls by White. Roberts with his lead to the stretch. Goes White. Throw over. Not in time. White taking a long look at his sign from Reese to the stretch. That one missed low, and it's 2-0. 6 straight misses. The 2-0 pitch. Roberts on the move. That one's up and in. Throw not in time. And he'll get into scoring position on the stolen base, and it's 3-0 to Braden Frey. Going against the odds, trailing 6-0, as they've discovered that they can get to second base pretty handily. That one's ball 4, and so Frey becomes the second base on ball. Roberts, your runner at second. Frey down at first. Jacob Meade, the pitcher, will stand in. We'll get a runner for Frey. That'll be 21. Blaine Houston. I guess it's 27, Blaine Houston.
Running for the Redskins, Blaine Houston.
Polk County's coach will come out and bring the entire infield to have the conversation on the bump. Short conversation. Hey, just throw strikes, let your defense play behind you with a 6-0 lead. Got to believe that's what the conversation was about. So Robert, your runner at second. Frey, the runner at first. Jacob Meade at the dish. Trey Willis on deck for the Redskins. They trail here in the bottom of the second by a score of 6-0, trying to cut into that lead. Meade will try to help himself as he's the pitcher of record here. Pitch on the way from White. That one misses low. Ball 1. No activity in the Polk County bullpen. The 1-0 pitch. That one's up. It's 2-0. If my count is right, that's 10 straight that he's missed. He's struggling. And I don't know if they're looking to go anywhere else. They've made one trip already. 2-0 pitch. That's up. It's 3-0. And Redskins looking to load the bases with back-to-back-to-back base on balls. Got to take a couple here, I think. 3-0. That's called strike one. He found the upper edge of the zone. I got to take one more, down 6-0. Roberts with his lead at second. That one's fouled back into the net, and it's 3-2. No outs, runners at first and second, bottom of the second. Redskins trail 6-0. Jake White on the mound for Polk, facing Jacob Mead at the dish for the Redskins. Payoff pitch. Got just a piece of it. Runners will have to return as the catcher couldn't hang on. To the stretch. Pitch on the way. Fly ball to right field. Roberts going to tag at second. Here comes the throw. It'll be not in time as both runners will move up on the sac fly for out number one. So you've got two in scoring position, and Trey Willis, the DH, hitting in the lineup for Dawson Walker, the third baseman. So Willis from the left side with one out and runners at second and third. White from the stretch. Roberts your runner at third. Houston running down at second. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1 to Trey Willis. Gabe Sturgill on deck for the Redskins. Redskins will be right back here Thursday night. Face Greenback. The 0-1 pitch. That one's fouled into the net, and quickly he's ahead of Trey, 0-2. White versus Willis here with runners at second and third and one out. There's a line shot just foul wide of the first base line, and we'll do it again at 0-2. Got out ahead of it. Couldn't check up to keep it fair. 0-2 the count, one out. Runners at second and third. That one's up. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sturgill on deck for the Redskins behind Willis here at the dish. Roberts and Houston your base runners. White with his sign. The 1-2, he'll step off and rethink it. Willis will take a deep breath at the dish. Pitch on the way. Dropped in the breaking ball, backdoored him, got the strikeout for out number 2. And with 2 outs, the hitter will be Gabe Sturgill, the first baseman. Sturgill will stand in from the right side. He'll need a 2-out hit to put the Redskins on the board. They trail 6-0 here in the bottom of the second. White taking a long look. He'll agree with Reese. That one's up. Ball 1. Rylan Watson on deck for the Redskins. If Sturgill can keep the inning alive here. Full wind from White. That one's a bit inside, and it clipped him. And so the bases will be loaded for Watson, who'll make his way in. So Roberts, your runner at third. Frey been run for by Houston down at second. And Sturgill, your runner at first, and that'll bring Rylan Watson, the catcher, his first look at Jake White on deck. Will be Caden Dawkins. Well, Watson with the 2-out hit needed here. Breaking ball called, strike one, dropped it in on Rylan. Roberts, Houston, and Sturgill, your runners. Watson, your hitter, facing Jake White. 2 outs in the inning. The 0-1 pitch from White. That one's popped up and foul out of play, and it's quickly 0-2 to Watson. Choke up, shorten your swing, find a way to drive it somewhere between the lines here. The 0-2 pitch. That one's outside, ball one. We'll try to get him to go outside the zone. The 1-2 pitch with 2 out and the bases loaded. From White to Watson. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, gets by the catcher, but 1 run will score. They'll have to complete the strikeout down at first, and will do just that. So the Redskins load the bases, but come away empty after 2 full. Polk County Wildcats 6, Redskins 0. We're coming back.
You can watch live coverage of Philadelphia Warrior baseball at RedskinRadio.com. Just scroll down the page and look for the Warrior Nation player box. Coverage is sponsored by Barnard Construction and insurance agent Nick Jones. In addition to live coverage, you can watch past games anytime on demand. Just go to RedskinRadio.com, a free service of 96.1 WLNT.
Brewster Services, located right across the street from Loudon High School, offers commercial lawn maintenance and installation, tree trimming and removal, as well as landscaping and installation. Locally owned and operated by Ken Brewster, Brewster Services. Phone 458-8887.
If you need home insurance, auto insurance, or life insurance, Loudon Farm Bureau agent Bart Watson is here to help. Loudon Farm Bureau. They're located right next to the co-op in Loudon at 2076 Wesley Highway, 458-2019. Go Redskins. This message from your hometown agent, Bart Watson, and the Loudon Farm Bureau.
Tire Pros, located at Ag Central in Loudon, has a state-of-the-art alignment machine. They offer oil changes, tire rotation, and balancing, including road force balancing. Tire Pros has a complete selection of tires, and they do repairs. Tire Pros, 2084 Wesley Highway in Loudon. Phone 458-2057.
Let's get down to business.
Let's get to work. Let's fire this baby up.
Let's go!
96.1 WLNT and RedskinRadio.com.
We move to the top of the third. Polk County leads the Redskins 6-0. Pitching change for the Redskins. Moving from second base to the bump will be Braden Frey. Jacob Mead will just swap and go to second with Braden. First 3 Wildcats, Chase Bishop, Landon Reese, and Michael Ray. The 5, 6, and 7 in the Polk County lineup. So Braden Frey comes on here in the top of the third, excuse me. First pitch misses, ball 1 to Chase Bishop. He flew out to center field back in the second inning. Was the first out of the inning as they batted 10. That one missed inside. It's 2-0. Landon Reese, the catcher, on deck for Polk. Dawson Walker, Braxton Roberts, Jacob Mead, Gabe Sturgill, your infield, left to right. That one misses as well, and it's quickly 3-0 to Chase Bishop. Your outfield is Jackson Walker, Mackenzie Lunsford, and Caden Dawkins. Rylan Watson behind the dish, taking the throws from Braden Frey, and that's 4. And Redskins pitching staff continues their woes. So Landon Reese will be your hitter, the catcher. He was hit by a pitch back in the second. He'll stand in from the left side with Bishop, the runner, down at first, and nobody out. You're in the top of the third. Wildcats lead 6-0 in the 5-inning game here. That one misses wide. 1-0 the count. The 1-0. That one missed inside, and it's 2-0. Throw over, not in time. Sturgill applied the tag. (2-0) from Frey to Reese. That one misses outside. It's 3-0 to Landon Reese. Michael Ray, the first baseman, on deck for the Wildcats. (3-0) coming. Throw over to first. Made it close. And Sturgill got the tag on him quickly. Just got the hand in underneath the tag. Closer than the Polk County coaching staff would like. 3-0 coming. That's 4. And back-to-back base on balls have got the Wildcats with runners at first and second and no outs.
Now batting first baseman Michael Ray.
And that'll bring Michael Ray. He drew a walk and scored a run back in the second inning. Fourth walk of the game for Polk. We'll get a pinch runner down at first. That's number 6, Gavin Dunkel. Will be running down at first. Or courtesy runner, I guess, for the catcher. So Ray standing in. That one's called strike 1 as he found the inside edge. Watson going to have a conversation. His man got crossed up. He was looking for something outside. Quick conversation. 0-1 the count to Michael Ray. Nobody out. Runners at first and second here in the top of the third. Polk leads 6-0. Breaking ball just misses the front corner, and it's even at 1-1. Good eye on the part of Ray. That's one that you need them taking a hack at. When they lay off of that one, it causes you problems. The 1-1 pitch. Same pitch, missed again, and it's 2-1. Here comes the 2-1. That one's at the knees. That'll even account at 2-2. Blake Stone on deck for the Wildcats. Ray standing in with a 2-2 count and 2 on, nobody out. Bishop down at second. Dunkel running down at first for Reese, both by base on ball. Swing and a miss for out number 1 as he went inside under the hands. And with 1 out, the hitter will be Blake Stone, the second baseman. He had a big RBI single, and he later scored a run in the second inning. Had the big hit of the inning. So 1 out now with runners at first and second. That one misses wide of the mark, and it's 1-0. Dakota Burns on deck for the Wildcats. Frey to the stretch. That one missed in, and it's 2-0. Breaking ball off the outside corner, and it's 3-0 to Blake Stone. Just can't find that corner. 3-0 pitch coming. That one misses, and that'll load the bases with Wildcats once again, all by virtue of the base on balls. And that'll bring Dakota Burns, the left fielder. He drew a walk 1 inning ago and scored a run. Watson out to talk with Frey. No activity in the Redskin bullpen at this point. So Bishop, your runner at third. Dunkel down at second. Stone, your runner at first. Burns, your hitter, with 1 out here in the top of the third. And the Wildcats with a 6-0 lead, looking for more here. Redskins will play in on the corners. That one's on the outside edge, called strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. That one's low and away, even at 1-1. On deck is Colton Kaysen, the leadoff hitter for Polk. 1-1 to count, 1 out. Bases jammed full of Wildcats. Took a little something off, got the breaking ball to catch that corner, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Started it a little higher and dropped it in and got the corner. The 1-2 pitch from Frey to Burns. He'll step off first as time was called. Frey looking a little frustrated from the mound. The 1-2 once again. That one's on the outside edge for called strike 3. And that'll be the second strikeout of the inning, and that'll bring the top of the order in Colton Kaysen. Kaysen 1 for 2, had a single, scored a run 1 inning ago, and he'll stand in with 2 outs and the bases full. Frey to the stretch. That one finds the inside edge, and it's 0-1 to Colton Kaysen. The 0-1 coming. Little light looper down over first, and it'll go foul and out of play. And it's 0-2 to Colton Kaysen. He just flicked the bat, trying to poke it into right field. And Frey ahead of Kaysen. 0-2 to the stretch. That one's upstairs. It's 1-2. Trying to get out of a jam here without any further damage, with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Frey to the stretch once again. The 1-2 on the way. Breaking ball drops in. Called strike 3. Able to get out of the jam after 2.5. Polk 6. Loudon 0.
WLNT LP Loudon. WLNU-LP Lenore City.
96.1 WLNT, Loudon's hometown station.
Join 96.1 WLNT as we bring you live coverage of select Loudon Lady Redskins softball games. Our next broadcast will be on Friday, April 9th, as the Lady Redskins host the Lenoir City Panthers. Join Clayton Stamey for live coverage beginning at 5:15. First pitch is at 5:30. Follow Lady Redskins softball on 96.1 WLNT and RedskinRadio.com.
The Big Red Car Wash is located just off Highway 72 in Loudon behind Capital Bank. Big Red has 5 regular bays and 1 super bay for washing boats, campers, and SUVs. Locally operated by Gabe, Daniel, and Ben Curtis. The Big Red Car Wash, Garden Machine Road in Loudon. From traditional funerals to cremation with viewing and memorial services to green burials and direct cremations, McGill Click Funeral and Cremations helps guide each unique family with the choices that are right for them. McGill Click for the most compassionate, affordable, and experienced care. 408-3001 or McGillClick.com.
There is a difference. Oh, what a difference.
When you invest with us, you are helping the local economy. We keep your money working right here in our area. Our interest is local. Foothills Federal Credit Union, Lenoir City, Loudon, and Sweetwater. Member NCUA.
There is a difference.
Redskins trail 6-0 here in the bottom of the third. They'll start with the top of the order in Dawkins, Walker, and Lunsford as they face Jake White, who thus far has shut the Redskins down to no hits. That one's low, ball 1 to Caden Dawkins. He popped up to short back in the first inning. Here comes the 1-0. Tried to check his swing, couldn't do it, and it's even at 1-1. Walker on deck. The 1-1 pitch from White to Dawkins. Dropped the breaking ball in. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 coming. That one was up and in. And they rung him up as he checked swing once again for out number 1. As he was trying to get out of the way of the ball. And they rung him up. So Jackson Walker will stand in with 1 out. On deck will be Mackenzie Lunsford. One out here, bottom of the third. Redskins trail 6-0. From the wind. That one's outside, ball 1. If you're listening out in left field, please turn your headlights off. Please turn your headlights off. 2 cars down the left field line. That one's low. Ball 2. For the safety of the players hitting, if you're in your car, your headlights are on down the left field line. If somebody's close, please help them if you're listening. 2-0 pitch coming. That one's popped up straight back behind the plate. Catcher will have a play, and he'll make the play for out number 2. And with 2 outs, the hitter will be the center fielder, Mackenzie Lunsford. Thank you for turning your lights out. Now, if you would look to your, thank you. Appreciate your help on those headlights. Thank you. So Lunsford standing in with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Trying to get a rally going. Roberts will be on deck. Breaking ball's foul. And it's 0-1 to Mackenzie Lunsford. He lined out to the shortstop back in the first inning. The 0-1 on the way from White to Lunsford. That one's outside. And it's 1-1. Redskins just need some base runners to try to cut into this 6-0 lead. Pitch on the way. Got a slow roller down to third. Hicks with it. He'll make the throw in time. Score it 5-3 on the putout. And after 3 full innings, Polk County 6, Redskins 0. We're coming back for more exciting Redskins.
Elm Hill Jumbo Franks are perfect before the game or at the victory celebration. Elm Hill Jumbo Franks make your gathering special and will have the family asking for more. Smiling faces and Elm Hill Jumbo Franks just go together. It's good eating.
The moments we spend with family and friends are precious. And when you're having a stroke, every moment counts. Fort Loudon Medical Center is an advanced primary stroke center, which means our emergency room provides life-saving treatment for stroke when seconds matter the most. And we are part of Covenant Health, our region's only stroke hospital network. You can learn more at fortloudon.com and make your minutes count.
Paula and all the hairstylists at the Hair Barn say go Redskins. The Hair Barn serves men, women, and children. Open Tuesday through Friday. Paula appreciates appointments, but walk-ins are welcome. The Hair Barn, 316 Grove Street in Loudon. Phone 458-5949.
Get updates on the Loudon Redskins, scores, pictures, and more. Just follow us on Twitter at RedskinRadio.
Braden Frey remains on the mound for the Redskins. He'll face Jake White, Cole Green, and Will Hicks for the Polk County Wildcats. They lead 6-0 as we move to the top of the fourth. Hicks from the right side. White from the right side takes the first one, called strike one from Frey. The 0-1 coming. That one's outside. We're even at 1-1. Coming. Breaking ball, fouled back into the net. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. That one's fouled down the right field line and out of play, and we'll hang at 1-2. Ayrton's line shot into left field, and so White starts the inning off with a clean single, and that'll bring Cole Green. He's 1 for 2, had a single back in the second inning. He'll stand in with a runner at first and nobody out. White with the lead. That one's popped foul down the first base line. No opportunity for Sturgill to get to it, and it's 0-1 to Cole Green. McMinn Central defeated Tennessee Christian Prep tonight, a non-district game. Meigs County and Sweetwater are playing down at Decatur. No score on that one yet. Runner on the move, Watson with the throw down. Got him. Perfect throw, perfect tag by Meade for out number 1. The pitch at the plate, was it low or was it strike 2? I missed his call. I don't believe he's going to show it to us. Breaking ball drops in. That's called strike 2, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cole Green. Will Hicks on deck. Redskins need a clean inning right here Try to do some damage in the bottom part. That one's outside. It'll go 2-2. Two-two pitch with one out here in the top of the fourth. Polk leading 6-0. That one's pounded into the dirt and foul. And we'll do it again. Frey versus Green. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball finds the inside edge. Called strike 3. And with 2 outs, the hitter will be Will Hicks, the third baseman. He's 1 for 2. Had a single, scored a run back in the second. Flew out to right field, so he's put it in play both times. Frey will try to end the inning right here. Breaking ball finds it. Called strike 1. The 0-1 pitch from Frey to Hicks. Fastball off the edge. It's even at 1-1. Chase Bishop on deck for the Wildcats. One coming. Breaking ball inside, miss, and it's 2-1. Pitch on the way. That one missed low. It's 3-1. Two outs in the inning. That one's wide of the mark, so the Wildcats will have a base runner with 2 outs in the person of Will Hicks, and that'll bring Chase Bishop, the right fielder. He flew out to center and drew a walk back in the third. So Hicks, your runner at first. Bishop, your hitter, with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Polk leads 6-0. Redskins down to their last 6 outs in the 5-inning doubleheader game. That one finds the inside edge, and it's 0-1 to Chase Bishop. Coming. Throw over first as the runner took a little extra step. Thought he'd throw behind him. Sturgill don't handle it cleanly, but no chance for the runner to advance. Frey to the stretch. Breaking ball drops in for called strike 2. Redskins 1 pitch away from getting out of this one with no further damage. Wildcats scored all 6 runs in the 2nd inning. That one's foul as a late decision to take the cut on the breaking ball. Just got the bat to it to stay alive. Hicks with the lead at first. Bray to the stretch. Pitch on the way, runner on the way. Swing and a miss. And that'll end the Wildcat half of the fourth. After 3.5, Polk County 6, Redskins 0. We're coming back.
This is Mike Stevens. Join me for local and regional news, mornings and afternoons, right here on 96.1 WLNT.
Whether you need a new system or if your current system needs repairs, Jeff and Rick Green and the staff at Green Heat and Air in Loudon are ready to help. They've been serving Loudon and surrounding counties since 1985. Financing is available, plus all work is licensed and insured. Green Heat and Air, phone 458-6718.
James R. Thomason, Certified Public Accountant, is a proud supporter of Loudon High School athletics and academics. Mr. Thomason has been providing CPA services in Loudon County since 1991. James R. Thomason, Certified Public Accountant. Phone 458-6872.
Loudon City Councilman Johnny James is proud to support the Loudon Redskins in the classroom or on the football field. Go Redskins from Loudon City Councilman Johnny James.
Redskin Baseball continues on 96.1 WLNT and RedskinRadio.com. Once again, here's Mike Thompson and Scott Hope.
Redskins in the bottom of the fourth. Braxton Roberts, Braden Frey, and Jacob Mead as Polk County leads 6-0 in this second game of a doubleheader. Redskins won the first one by a score of 10-4. And the Wildcats able to generate 6 runs back in the second inning, and the Redskins have not been able to find some hits and get on the base paths. And so Braxton Roberts will try to do just that here in the fourth inning. That one's low, ball 1 from Jake White, who's gone the distance here in game 2. And from all indications, he will go the entire 5 unless he gets himself in too much trouble. But the Redskins going to have to put it in play. That one's off the plate. It's 2-0. Redskins have only had 3 base runners, 2 base on balls and 1 hit batsman. There's a high hopper down the third baseline. It'll go foul, and it's 2-1 to Braxton Roberts. He drew a walk and was stranded at third back in the second. Braden Frey on deck. Wildcats straight up all the way around with the exception of Hicks on the edge of the grass at third. That one's off the dish, and it's 3-1. Looking for base runners, down 6-0 here in the bottom of the fourth in a 5-inning game. So the Redskins down to their last 6 outs. The wind and the toss. That one's called strike 2. And payoff pitch to follow here. Pitch on the way. Line shot right at Hicks at third base for out number 1. Can't hit it no better there. So with 1 out, the hitter will be Braden Frey. Started at second, moved to the mound in relief. He drew a walk back in the second, so he'll try to get something going here in the bottom of the fourth. The bats have gone cold. Time called. No pitch. The wind and the toss. Misses low, ball 1. Little cat and mouse going on between the hitter and the pitcher as he's taking extra time after the time was called. Here comes the 1-0. That one's off the plate. It's 2-0. Jacob Mead on deck for the Redskins. Comes a 2-0 from White. That one's down low, and it's 3-0 to Braden Frey. Redskins just needing base runners, trailing 6-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. That one's inside, and so Frey will indeed be the base runner. Only the 4th base runner, and they've all been by walk or hit batsmen. So Jacob Mead, he had a sac fly to move the runner from first and second over to second and third. but got stranded there, so he'll stand in after putting the ball in play to right field. The first pitch to Meade. That one's upstairs. Ball one to Jacob Meade. Frey, your runner down at first. Trey Willis on deck for Loudon. White from the stretch. That one's off the plate, and it's 2-0. If one thing's been consistent for both of these teams, the pitchers have struggled to find the strike zone. That's no reflection on any individual. Both teams have struggled. Throw over, not in time. Jacob Meade standing in with a 2-0 count, and 1 out and 1 on. Throw over again. Throw is wide of first base, so Frey's going to get to second on the errant throw. It ricocheted off the wall out into short right field, and the second baseman got to it and made a throw to second, but Frey with the good speed got in ahead of it. So he'll get himself into scoring position. 2-0 the count remaining at the plate to Jacob Meade with the runner at second. White to the stretch. That one's upstairs, and it's 3-0 to Jacob Meade. Trey Willis to follow here. Middle infielders trying to keep Frey close. 3-0 pitch coming. That one finds the front corner for 3-1 to Jacob Meade. Three-one. Swing and a miss. We'll go full from Jake White to Jacob Meade. 1 out in the inning. Runner at second in the person of Braden Frey. Drew the walk, advanced on the errant throw over to first. Payoff pitch to Meade here. That one hitting, so the Redskins will have runners at first and second. And that'll bring Trey Willis. He's 0 for 1. So he'll stand in from the left side. Frey, your runner at second. Jacob Meade, the runner down at first, as he took one off the hip on the payoff pitch, and the coach from Polk will make a trip out to meet on the mound with his infield. Polk leads 6-0 here in the fourth. Redskins down to 5 outs as they're playing a shortened 5-inning game on the back end of a doubleheader. So they've got the makings of getting something on the board with runners at first and second and only 1 out. Willis, Sturgill, and Watson to follow here if we can keep the inning going. Got to believe they're going to make Jake White work for it, as he's having some difficulties finding the strike zone, and he's not the only one tonight in this doubleheader. Both sides have had pitchers struggling to find the zone. So Willis standing in from the left side facing Jake White. Frey and Meade, and that one's outside, and it'll get so wide that both runners will advance to second and third, and it'll be ball 1 to Trey Willis. First pitch after a visit from his coach to the mound. The 1-0 pitch. That one's low and in, and it's 2-0. to Trey Willis. Two-0 coming. That one's foul tipped, and it's 2-1. Sturgill on deck to follow Willis here. 6-0 Polk County lead. Redskins with runners on second and third and one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch on the way to Willis. Breaking ball back door. Finds the outside edge, and it's 2-2 to Trey Willis. Two coming. That one's inside. He swung and missed. Ball got away from the catcher, so the run from third will score easily, and Willis will be safe down at first on the strikeout mishandling of the ball, so make the score 6-1. Meade gets over to third on the pass ball. So give Willis the strikeout and safe on the mishandling. And Sturgill will stand in with one out. And runners on the corners. One out. Runners on the corners, and Meade and Willis. And Gabe Sturgill, he was hit by a pitch back in the second inning. Wildcats signaling as to what they're going to do in the event that Willis tries to run. 6-1 your score here. Redskins on the corner with one out. Sturgill at the dish. That one just missed, and it's ball one. Pretty good pitch right there. Jake White wanted that one, and I thought he may have found it. May have been just a tad low on the outside edge. Jacob Meade, your runner at third. Trey Willis down at first. Gabe Sturgill at the dish. Willis on the move, and he'll slide in as the catcher looked as though he was going to throw and couldn't find the handle. Called strike one on Sturgill, so Willis gets into scoring position uncontested. So with one out and runners at second and third, 1-1 the count to Gabe Sturgill. Pitch on the way from White to Sturgill. Breaking ball finds the corner, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Started it high and dropped it in on the front corner. So Sturgill with work cut out for him. Rylan Watson on deck for the Redskins. They trail 6-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Another breaking ball. It misses. It's 2-2. Shorten your cut and find some contact, Gabe. 2-2 with one out and runners at second and third. Fastball called, strike three. Couldn't pull the trigger. That'll be out number 2. And with 2 outs, the catcher, Rylan Watson, he's 0 for 1, looking for his first hit of the evening. And it'll take a 2-out hit from Watson to keep the inning going here.
Rylan Watson.
So Watson standing in from the right side, his second look at Jake White. Meade, your runner at third. Willis out at second. Watson, your hitter. That one's off the plate. Ball one. Caden Dawkins, the top of the order, on deck. Come on, Riley. 1-0 the count. 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch on the way. That one's popped foul and over in front of the dugout, and it'll drift on out of foul territory, and it'll be 1-1 here in the bottom of the fourth in a 5-inning game. 6-1 your score. Wildcats scored all 6 in the second inning. Loudon has scored 1 this inning to cut into the lead, trying to pick up a couple more here with 2 outs. Breaking ball dropped in, called, strike 2. May have been the best pitch of the night for White. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. White and Reese agree on the pitch. The 1-2 coming. Swing and a miss, and that'll end the Redskin threat. They pick up 1 after 4 complete. Polk County 6, Loudon 1.
This portion of programming is made possible by Loudon Church of Christ. The entire congregation of Loudon Church of Christ invites you to join them for Sunday school with classes for all ages, Sunday morning at 10 a.m., Sunday morning worship at 11 a.m., Sunday evening worship at 6 p.m., and Wednesday evening Bible study with classes for all ages at 7 p.m. Loudon Church of Christ, 706 Ward Avenue in Loudon. Phone 458-5043.
Loudon Funeral Home and Cremations is proud to be veteran and family owned and operated. Founded in 1983, they're proud to continue the commitment of being large enough to serve you, yet small enough to care. They're there to help you celebrate the life and traditions of your loved one with the utmost respect and compassion. Loudon Funeral Home and Cremations, 2048 Mulberry Street in Loudon. Phone 458-6441. This broadcast is made possible by Loudon County School Board member Scott Newman. Go Redskins! This message from Scott Newman, a proud Redskin supporter.
Braden Frey goes out to start this top of the 5th inning on the mound for the Redskins. He'll face Landon Reese, Michael Ray, and Blake Stone, as Polk leads 6-1 here in the 5th and final inning of this second game of the doubleheader. Redskins on the verge of losing their first district game, as Polk County's trying to split the doubleheader. So the Redskins need a clean inning here and throw the gloves away and everybody grab a bat, as they'll, in the bottom of the 5th, Redskins will start with the top of the order. But business at hand right now is to get out of this top half. Reese is hit by a pitch and drew a walk. Been on twice and hadn't earned it either time. Ray to follow and Stone behind him. Action in the Polk County bullpen. Breaking ball finds the outside edge, called strike 1. Is a little backdoor action on the left-handed hitting Reese. The 0-1 pitch. Backdoor again, fly ball straight away center field. Lunsford with a bead on it, with a leather glove on it for out number 1. And with 1 out, the hitter will be Michael Ray. He drew a walk, scored a run, and struck out back in the 3rd inning. So the Redskins get the first out here in the top of the 5th. Breaking ball just missed the front corner. It's 1-0. That's the pitch that he has to have to be really effective, because he wires that front corner out. And so many of these hitters will go for it, and Polk County has showed good restraint. That one misses as well. It's 2-0 to Michael Ray. 2-0 pitch coming with 1 out here in the top of the 5th from Frey to Ray. That one's in the zone, called strike 1. Frey to Ray. The 2-1. That one's fouled back, and it's 2-2. That one may have got a piece of the umpire. Thought I heard a little bit of a groan there. Maybe not. 2-2 the count with 1 out. On the way. Breaking ball called strike 3. Couldn't pull the trigger there, and so with 2 outs, the hitter will be Blake Stone. He had a single back in the second, scored a run, and drew a walk in the third. Had the big hit in the inning in the second to bust it open. Went on to score the 6 runs. So 2 outs here, top of the 5th. That one's outside, ball 1 to Blake Stone. Redskins straight up defensively all the way around. That one's called strike 1. We're even at 1-1 to Blake Stone. Here comes the 1-1 with 2 outs. Breaking ball missed up, and it's 2-1. Good discipline again on the part of the Wildcats for not chasing that breaking ball away. 2-1 coming. That was just off the outside edge. It'll go 3-1. And once again with 2 outs, Polk County 1 pitch away from getting a base runner. Here comes the 3-1. That one's called strike 2. So we'll go full to Blake Stone. Payoff pitch with 2 outs on the way. Popped over the right side. First baseman Sturgill will make the catch just inside the bag for out number 3. So the Redskins defensively have a clean inning, and the Wildcats go 1-2-3. After 4.5, Polk 6. Redskins looking for a bat. They lead. They trail 6-1.
You can watch live coverage of Loudon Redskins soccer with Marvin Fiesel. Find it at RedskinRadio.com. Just scroll down the page and look for the player box. Live coverage is made possible by Barnard Construction and insurance agent Nick Jones. Follow Loudon Redskins soccer throughout the season on RedskinRadio.com, a free service of 96.1 WLNT.
Loudon Utilities supports Loudon High School and since 1939 has been servicing the Loudon area with electricity, natural gas, water, and sewer services. Loudon Utilities also offers an equal payment plan and has several options available for TVA heat pump loans. Loudon Utilities, 458-2091. Proud of our past services and striving to improve future services.
Loudon United Methodist Church is proud to support Redskin athletics and academics. You're invited to the early Sunday service at 8:45, Sunday school at 10 a.m., or morning worship at 11 a.m. Loudon United Methodist Church is located at 509 Mulberry Street. Phone 458-3164 or online at loudonumc.org.
This is Jeff Trout from Loudon West End Florist and Gifts. Whatever your floral needs, our dedicated staff is here to help. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. till 5 p.m. Saturday from 8:30 to 1, and anytime by appointment.
Loudon West End Florist and Gifts, located next to Loudon Funeral Home. Phone 458-4616 or online at loudonwestendflorist.com.
So the Amazon Echo or Alexa can do some pretty cool stuff, but what if you want to listen to your favorite radio station? Just use the real call letters like this. Alexa, on TuneIn, play WLNT.
In the bottom of the 5th, on the mound for the Wildcats, Jake White, who's gone the distance. Right now looking at a no-hitter. From the top of the order, Caden Dawkins, Jackson Walker. Ground ball to second on the first pitch. Over to first. In time. Score at 4-3 on the putout. And with 1 out, the hitter will be Jackson Walker. He's 0 for 2. Mackenzie Lunsford to follow. Down to their final 2 outs here. On the second game of the doubleheader. Headlights in center field. Can you turn them off, please, if you're listening? Headlights in center field. Can you please turn off your headlights?
Thank you.
If you're listening or close by, can somebody get to them? You're holding the game up for the safety of the hitters. Please turn. Thank you. So one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Final inning of this back end of a doubleheader. White facing Jackson Walker. That one's on the outside edge, called strike one. Mackenzie Lunsford on deck. White trying to take his time, pitch on the way. That one hits him. And Walker will take his base down at first with one out, and the hitter will be Mackenzie Lunsford. He's 0 for 2. Lined out to short and grounded to third. So the Redskins need a bunch of runners as they trail 6-1 here with 2 outs left. On deck will be Braxton Roberts. Lunsford from the right side facing the right-hander Jake White. Pitch on the way. That one's outside, trickles away from the catcher, and Walker will get down to second on the pass ball. Wild pitch, however you want to score it. And it'll be 1-0 to Mackenzie Lunsford. Let's make a run at it, Redskins. Throw the gloves away and everybody grab a bat. That one's up and in, and he tried to bunt it. And it went all the way to the wall, so it's called strike one, even to count it 1-1. But apparently it tipped the glove, and Walker got over to third. They're not sending him back, so apparently it was the glove of the catcher, not the bat. 1-1 with one out. That one's off the plate. It's 2-1. Runner at third in the person of Jackson Walker. Ground ball to short. Green will eat it up, throw to first in time. Run will score to make it 6-2. But the Redskins will pick up out number 2 on the put out. And with 2 outs, the hitter will be Braxton Roberts. Redskins need 4 to tie, so they've got an uphill climb for sure now. Roberts at the dish with Braden Frey in the on-deck circle. That one's popped back into the net, and it's 0-1. Roberts drew a walk in the second, lined out to third, back in the fourth. Jake White to throw to Braxton Roberts. 0-1 the count with 2 outs. That one's outside, and we're even at 1-1. Braden Frey on deck if he gets the chance here with 2 outs. The 1-1. Fly ball in the short right center. Everybody will give chase. Nobody will get to it. And so Roberts will make the big turn with a 2-out single. That'll break up the no-hitter. That'll bring Braden Frey. He's drawn 2 walks and scored the first run for the Redskins. So everything here will be with 2 outs and a runner at first. Roberts with his lead. Frey standing in with 2 outs. 6-2 your score. Redskins looking for more runs. That one's just off the plate and low, and it's 1-0 to Braden Frey. Jacob Mead on deck for the Redskins. Need 4 to tie here with 2 outs. 5 to pull it off. It's all got to be done with 2 outs at this point. White to the stretch. That one's low, and it's 2-0 to Braden Frey. Jake White just gutting it out here in this 5th inning. The 2-0 pitch. That one's low as well. It'll go 3-0. Jacob Mead on deck. If Frey can reach here, Roberts your runner at first. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th and final inning. Redskins trail 6-2. That one's in there for called strike 1. It's 3-1. Pitch on the way. Roberts on the move. Fly ball straight away center field. Center fielder going back. He'll get to it and make the catch for out number 3. And the Redskins and Wildcats split the doubleheader. Final score, Polk County 6, Loudon 2, as they take the second game of this doubleheader. Redskins pick up their second loss of the season and their first district loss, as they'll drop 3-1 record in the district. And so Polk County able to eke out the second half of this doubleheader. We'll get some numbers and get it together and have a conversation with Coach Lambert in just a minute. Final score of Game 2, Polk 6, Loudon 2. We'll be back.
Whoops. Is something missing from this broadcast? Your business message could be heard by thousands of listeners during WLNT's live coverage of Loudon Redskins sports. You get coverage on our worldwide webcast at RedskinRadio.com and on 96.1 FM WLNT. To have your business message heard during these broadcasts, contact our office anytime, 24 hours a day at 865-458-9563. That's 458-9563.
When bad weather hits the area, I know where to turn my radio. 96.1 WLNT.
This broadcast is made possible by Loudon City Council member Tim Dixon. Go Redskins! This message from Tim Dixon, a proud Redskin supporter.
This broadcast is made possible by Brennan Properties, proud to provide quality housing right here in Loudon. Brennan Properties supports Loudon Redskin athletics and academics.
Brewster Services, located right across the street from Loudon High School, offers commercial lawn maintenance and installation, tree trimming and removal, as well as landscaping and installation. Locally owned and operated by Ken Brewster, Brewster Services. Phone 458-8887.
If you need home insurance, auto insurance, or life insurance, Loudon Farm Bureau agent Bart Watson is here to help. Loudon Farm Bureau, they're located right next to the co-op in Loudon at 2076 Wesley Highway, 458-2019. Go Redskins! This message from your hometown agent, Bart Watson, and the Loudon Farm Bureau.
Tire Pros, located at Ag Central in Loudon, has a state-of-the-art alignment machine. They offer oil changes, tire rotation, and balancing, including road force balancing. Tire Pros has a complete selection of tires, and they do repairs. Tire Pros, 2084 Wesley Highway in Loudon. Phone 458-2057.
The Big Red Car Wash is located just off Highway 72 in Loudon behind Capital Bank. Big Red has 5 regular bays and 1 super bay for washing boats, campers, and SUVs. Locally operated by Gabe, Daniel, and Ben Curtis. The Big Red Car Wash, Guarding Machine Road in Loudon. When you lose a loved one, McGill Click Funerals and Cremations provides understanding, guidance, and compassionate care. They have the experience to help you make affordable choices for your unique budget and needs. McGill Click for the most compassionate, affordable, and experienced care. 408-3001.
When it comes to serving the financial needs of this area, we have the home court advantage. This is our home. We know the area. We know the local economy. Foothills Federal Credit Union, Lenore City, Loudon, and Sweetwater. Member NCUA.
Wampler's Farm Sausage is whole hog sausage, containing all the choice cuts of hams, loins, shoulders, and tenderloins. Every patty is lean, tender, and juicy with flavor, cooked with a time-proven method to ensure the best flavor possible. Wampler's Farm Sausage, made right here in Loudon County. It's good eating.
The moments we spend with family and friends are precious. And when you're having a stroke, every moment counts. Fort Loudon Medical Center is an advanced primary stroke center, which means our emergency room provides life-saving treatment for stroke when seconds matter the most. And we are part of Covenant Health, our region's only stroke hospital network. You can learn more at fortloudon.com and make your minutes count.
Back here at Loudon High School, I want to remind you to join us Thursday night as the Redskins host the Greenback Cherokees. We'll have that broadcast for you here on the radio. Don't forget, for continuing coverage, be sure to follow us on Facebook at WLNT Radio, on Twitter at Redskin Radio, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can see some of our video there. And don't forget, you can listen to the latest broadcast anytime on demand. Just go to RedskinRadio.com, click on the older recordings button, and you'll find previous recordings of some of our broadcasts and interviews, and a lot of the stuff that we do will be there, Mike.
You're exactly right, Chip. There's lots of coverage all week long and all season long for these Redskins.
I also want to remind you that we have coverage there of the Philadelphia Warriors baseball, also volleyball, and Loudon soccer. As that becomes available, it will be available up on our YouTube channel and on some of those other sources that we have there on our website. So just watch the website. We do update it as frequently as we can to put fresh information and fresh content up there for you. We're constantly working on that.
Chip, you just got it all going on. I can't keep up with everything that you do.
What makes you think I can?
And then to be able to talk about it and tell them what you done.
Well, that sometimes is the challenge. We have a lot going on, and if you just get on there and poke around, you'll find all kinds of things about the Redskins to talk about and to listen to and to participate in. And looks like we've got a visitor coming in the press box right now, and we're going to get him a microphone, and Coach Jason Lambert.
Thank you, Coach, for making your way up. Redskins are victorious in the first of a doubleheader by a score of 10-4, and that wasn't indicative of the game itself. And then in game two, the Redskins come up short on a 6-2 count, and frustration on my part. I don't know about you, Coach.
It doesn't feel like we won any games today. It really, in my opinion. And it's not for the lack of the heart of our guys. I mean, it's not that they're not trying. You know, they're giving it their best effort. But I've not been feeling like we've seen good baseball out of our team in over a week now. Even though we've only lost 2 games in about 9 days or so or whatever. It's just not feeling really good with our production. Just way too many free base runners, and it's like I told them today at the end of the game. Better get used to losing more baseball games, because when you give a team 17 free base runners with walks and hit batsmen combined, you're not going to win a lot of baseball games. You're going to continue to split with teams and lose and drop games to teams throughout the season.
And that's exactly the stat that before you got up here I was running down. You know, in game one, we gave up 10 free bases by either a hit batsman or a base on balls. They gave us 7 in return in that first game. In this second game, it looked like 7 and 6. And when you get that many free base runners, you know, and they were able to take advantage in one inning here in this second game, scored all 6 of their runs in one inning. And like I say, you can't point your finger at any one kid. They're all trying hard.
Right.
It's just like, okay, let's.
Not a whole lot of production offensively from the back half of our lineup. You know, we're used to having a little bit more compete 1 through 9, and just bad pitch recognition and a little bit too much selectiveness for some of our guys. You know, a couple of walks and errors, they ended up in runs. So, you know, it didn't surprise me that we were on track to dropping 1 to Polk County. I just thought that maybe we could figure it out a little bit at some point, find somebody that could get out there and compete on the mound and throw strikes and command the strike zone, but that just wasn't happening for us today.
One thing that I did see, Coach, in this second game, Braden Frey pitched a tough game. His go-to pitch is the little breaking ball off the front outside corner. The Polk County hitters laid off of it. Usually you've got hitters that are frailing away, helping him, and I got to give them credit in that respect of laying off that pitch that makes him so effective.
They definitely showed some reservation there, and that helped them in their benefit because honestly he had trouble locating his fastball, so sometimes it takes a little bit of just kind of getting the lid off the top of the bucket, you know, for the strike zone. If we throw a few sliders in there and he steals a few strikes from them, get them down in the count, not allow them to let them feel like they have a little bit more selectiveness that they can be with their pitches. So, you know, unfortunately though, Braden just had a lot of trouble staying around outside the strike zone.
And that was not to single him out. Everybody struggled tonight.
It was top to bottom. Every pitcher that we put out there had trouble from the very beginning. And with Matthew all the way down to the end.
I thought both the men in blue done a decent job behind the plate. Nothing that got out of the way for either team. They were both consistent back there, and you just tip your hat. We split a doubleheader, and we'll live to play another day.
That's right. You know, it's definitely not what we intended on doing today. But, you know, 2 5-inning games for both of us is actually beneficial when we have a full week of baseball. You can only pitch 10 innings. I don't really know what we would have done if we had to play 14 innings today. First of all, we would have at least another hour of baseball, if not longer, because there's so many walks.
Yes.
And it just slows and drains the energy of a ball game, and it's almost is really supporting the argument from people that don't know the game very well that baseball's boring.
Yep.
You know, that's the argument that you hear from people that don't know the game. I'm not a big baseball fan. It's just too boring for me. Right. Well, it is boring when you got 17 free bases and you're just throwing ball after ball after ball and hitting people left and right.
And so we move on from district play. We'll jump back into some non-district over the weekend. You've got the likes of Greenback, Alcoa, Fulton, and a lot of other baseball going on. You'll be back here Thursday night. Looks like at a 7:30 first pitch against Greenback. And you file this in a way and get to feeling better about yourself, right?
We got more baseball to play this week, and we'll get back on the horse. And I anticipate our guys coming back and feeling good, and we'll take the Cherokees on Thursday night and hopefully come away victorious.
So beyond that, next week, back into district play with Sequoia Monday and Tuesday.
We're back with Sequoia Monday and Tuesday. And our pitching will be set up nicely. I think based off today and the production throughout the rest of the week, we're going to watch our pitch counts and make sure that we're bringing everything we've got against Sequoia Chiefs.
What have they done so far this season?
You know, they're a young ball club. They've split a few games with some of our district. I don't have their district record in front of me, but, you know, anytime Loudon and Sequoia match up, it's going to be a dogfight.
I do hear that they've got a young shortstop that's a player, but beyond that, I haven't had a chance to even look into them. So
I wish I could go watch more games, but the problem is we're playing when they're playing. So I just basically follow Game Changer and figure out how they're doing.
Coach, we appreciate the time and effort. We split them, you know, game one, Redskins win, Redskins win, Redskins win. Second game, not so well, as we fall to the Polk County Wildcats by a score of 6-2, but we'll live to play another day.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach Lambert. Redskins split a pair on doubleheader night here from Bill Thompson Field. Join us Thursday night. First pitch 7:30. Scott Hope will bring you all the action, as I've got a previous engagement, and I hate that like mud on a stick, but I just cannot get out of that one, and sometimes my real job gets in the way. So join Scott Thursday night as the Redskins will line it up and take on the Greenback Cherokees. He's Chip Lynn. Brandon helps us all and keeps us straight. Coach Lambert, thank you as always. Have a good evening. Good night.
You've been listening to Loudon Redskin Baseball on 96.1 WLNT.
This broadcast, copyright 2021 WLNT Sports.
Remember, there's only one place to hear the Redskins, 96.1 WLNT and RedskinRadio.com.